to this moment wasn't an easy one. There were times where you thought you knew, but simply didn't. There were plans made that drastically differed from the ones fate had prepared. There were days that made you question yourself, your beliefs, that made you ask, what is my purpose? Look, to live is to have felt these things, asked these questions. It's easy to get lost in that feedback loop, letting the past dictate the present, letting yesterday define today. But here's what I've come to see as the truth. To experience the things that make life beautiful, we have to be vulnerable in a way we otherwise wouldn't. Open ourselves to an unknown that you know we could have skipped altogether if we really wanted to. All that pain, all that hurt the past provided could very easily be the reason you shut down, the reason you play small. That hell you walk through could be your justification for never stepping out into the chaos of life again. But that pain could also be the reason you look around and you say to yourself, after all of that, after experiencing everything life threw at me, that I'm still here. And while it may feel intuitive to run from a reiteration of yesterday's pain, it's wisdom. Wisdom that urges us to instead use that pain as a multiplier. The key to something more, something miraculous. Not to cower because we once endured it, but to stand tall because we overcame it. And that's something we often miss. We can think back to adversity, but we are often unable to see how that adversity has shaped us. Our own strength, it's never going to scream out at us. It's never going to let us know it's there. We have to take the time to acknowledge its presence. We have to peer over our shoulders to see how far we've traveled. We'll always have obstacles before us. But if we don't stop and assess, we won't see that the obstacles have gotten bigger. Not because life's gotten harder, but because our own evolution has permitted us to step into bigger arenas. It has equipped us to take on larger adversaries. So the question is, will you step out? Will you see that vulnerability not as a crack in the foundation, or in the armor, but as strength? To love, it requires accepting a susceptibility to being hurt. Requires an acceptance that you just might come up short. To bend on yourself means understanding that you might fall right on your face. To want more than you have now means acknowledging that you might have to be humbled along the way. This is what it means to live. Giving a piece of yourself in order to acquire that which means the most. You are not your past. You are the wisdom derived from its lessons. The courage removed from its trials, and that hurt perhaps at one point, the only thing you felt. It's not your reason to shrink into yourself. It's your reason to step back out. To say to the universe, I have the strength to again dance with the unknown. To risk the short-term discomforts that life often hands out like candy in exchange for the chance years from now to look at your reflection and say, I got back. Underneath the fear and insecurity, underneath all of the reasons to not go, there lives the beginning of the miracle that is life. And it won't be easy. The timing will never feel perfect, but the question will always exist. It will always exist within an arm's reach of where you stand. Can you be that vulnerable? Can you be that courageous? Then not just when things are going well, but amidst the turmoil. Underneath the fear and insecurity, underneath all of the reasons to not go, there lives the beginning of the miracle that is life. And it won't be easy. The timing will never feel perfect, but the question will always exist. It will always exist within an arm's reach of where you stand. Can you be that vulnerable? Can you be that courageous? Then not just when things are going well, but amidst the turmoil. Chaos, the self-doubt, when your memory only wants to play highlight reels of where things went wrong, where you swung and missed. Will you choose to see those moments not as the change that confine you, but as the strength that elevates you? Will you be vulnerable enough to give away some of you in order to expand and transform all of you? How can I expect to be happy when I'm around people? How can I expect to have joy when I'm around somebody who does nothing but bring me tears every day? Stop hanging on to your past. The more you hang on and live in your past, the less you realize that your future has something better for you. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. But repeating the same mistake over and over again? That's a choice. Sometimes you just have to lose. Losses make you learn how to be better. Sometimes it takes losing people around you that you thought had your back, that you thought supported you, to show you that you are stronger than what you think, to open up talent you never thought you had. Every loss isn't a loss. Sometimes your greatest disappointments are your biggest blessings. Sometimes your greatest losses are your biggest win. Because it teaches you how to be strong. It teaches you how to win in life. It teaches you how to be a champion. Keep moving forward when you feel like it's over. When you feel like you've had nothing left over in your tank. Keep moving forward when you feel like the climb, the belly, is too dark. It's too hard to get up, but keep moving forward. Your peak, that moment when you start to see greatness, is right around the corner, but you've got to keep moving forward in order to reach that peak.